you hear the news? Boston Blue is coming back this fall.
The new season of Boston Blue returns, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
This is not a picture of the day, but it is exactly how close the sun might have felt for some as we dealt with dangerous heat throughout the day. Enough for a first alert today and tomorrow. We did see some strong storms. Take a look at this video. This out of Aiken. Those pop-up thunderstorms this afternoon, tracked by Riley and the team, the First Alert Weather Center. Enough to blow down this tree there in Aiken. This is at the Leslie B. Price Center there. Certainly a mess on the street, you can see. And Riley, if we could say it, rinse and repeat is the theme of the forecast.
That's right, Brett. Copy and paste forecast for the next several days. Intense heat and the chance for some of those strong afternoon thunderstorms. We do have the heat advisory in effect again Friday between 12 and 8 p.m. Feel like temps could get up to 110 at times tomorrow. But the thing is, we are expecting some of those storms to be bubbling up late into the day, and they definitely could bring the chance for some of those strong wind gusts like what we saw earlier. Heat advisories area-wide for pretty much every single county in the two-state, and even highlighted in pink, we have extreme heat warnings there along the coast, and we are going to see these temperatures just skyrocket throughout the day. So this is the heat index, what it will feel like, anywhere from around 105 to 108 across the region, possibly 109 in a spot or two. So definitely dangerous heat, especially with, we got some football scrimmages heading our way tomorrow, so hopefully we get some rain, at least cool us down by that time frame. Heading into the weekend, not much change, still feeling like anywhere from 107 to 109, and we'll just continue that forecast all the way into next week. The reason is we have the heat dome over the southeast. This sinking air in the upper levels just compresses that air, leads to some very hot temperatures at the surface, and then we get our ridge riders. These storm chances going to be riding around that area of high pressure, and that's going to keep storm chances in play the next several afternoons too. We'll have more on that for you in just a little bit.
It is a good time to make sure you have the First Alert Weather app and to be weather aware. Suspended Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams walked into the jail with his name on the front door of it. Took a booking picture, had his fingerprints taken, and walked back out on bond, officially being arrested and released on his state charges. We cannot show you his mugshot tonight. The sheriff's office has not emailed it to us, but boy, we have asked for it. What we can tell you about his charges and bond conditions are this. Williams faces 2 charges of making false statements and 2 charges of theft by conversion. Those, in addition to his 6 federal charges that include extortion, which he has pled not guilty to. So what comes next? In this state case, it is a first appearance hearing. That is where Williams will go in front of a judge and enter a plea of either guilty or not guilty. We will keep you updated on both this state and federal case, as well as every update in this investigation. Tonight, we now know the names of 4 people killed during a shooting spree last weekend, also in Burke County. 31-year-old Jessica Carroll, 51-year-old Rebecca Oglesby, 53-year-old Betty Ford, and 59-year-old Walter Bunch all died. A 5th person shot but expected to be okay. Deputies shot and killed Adolphus Moore. After a chase and a shootout with him, they believe Morris shot and killed all 4 of those people. 2 people are in the hospital, 1 person in custody tonight after deputies say there was a car chase that ended in a crash that was head-on. Richmond County Sheriff's deputies tried to stop that car on Carleen Road this afternoon. We're told when the driver wouldn't stop, they started chasing. That chase ended in that crash. The person then got out of the car and tried to run away from deputies. Tonight, they have been arrested. How would you improve Skinner Mill Road? That is the question the community and GDOT are asking tonight. They came together trying to get an answer. You're Ethan Hunter there in that meeting live here in the studio tonight to walk us through the possibility of some of the improvements that could come. Ethan.
Yeah, it's a well-traveled road here that connects Washington Road through Boy Scout Road all the way to Walton Way Extension, a very well-traveled section of our area. Now it's getting a $22 million upgrade. This meeting was a chance for the public to get involved and understand how that money will be spent here. Now, people were gathering today in the Warren Road Community Center to meet with officials about the West Augusta project. Commissioner Tina Slendick tells us she gets a lot of complaints about the road, and it is a safety hazard. This project would add sidewalks and streetlights to the road and pave turn lanes, and a safer place for school buses to stop and pick up and drop off kids. Commissioner Slendick says this project is about updating an outdated road in an area that has continued to grow.
Got some neighborhoods that dump right into Skinner Mill Road. It's hard for them to get in and out. There's no sidewalks. I mean, you're just you're either on the road or in a ditch. So it definitely is a project that is a long time coming.
This project is state funded, paid through the Transportation Investment Act through GDOT. It does not currently have a start date on that construction right now.
But we know when they have one. Ethan, you will be there to share it with us. Thank you for that. New tonight, a cross created and placed in honor of the life of 14-year-old Salem Carpenter. He died this week after being hit by a car, I should say, in Columbia County along I-20. Carpenter went missing before he was hit. That was on Monday morning. The driver in this not facing any charges. Carpenter's visitation tonight. His funeral will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Warren Road Baptist Church. That is on Washington Road. More than 3 years after a South Carolina state trooper was shot during a traffic stop in Bamberg County, Derek Gathers was federally sentenced today. Gathers was convicted of shooting Trooper B.A. Frazier in the face. He was sentenced to 15 years by a federal judge. This on top of his state sentence of 38 years for attempted murder, adding more than 6 years to his total prison sentence.
You're never going to get out of prison. And I think that was a strong message sent by the prosecution. This is a strong message sent by the folks that are standing behind me, and it was a strong message sent by the judge. People should pay attention to this. We take this very seriously in South Carolina, and we're going to come after you and prosecute you in federal court.
That trooper shot in the face miraculously survived and has recovered. Gathers previously served time in New York for rape and has a history of reoffending after being released from prison. History was a key reason the judge added time, calling Gathers a danger to the public. A veteran, a mother, both Friday.
Well, we had some very active weather this afternoon on the Radar Network, quieting down tonight, but we'll have a look at those storm chances for the next few days and that intense heat on the way coming up next.
At Parker's Kitchen, we march to the beat of our own drum. We're a top place to work and a top place to shop. Fast, fresh, and friendly service that's ready when you are.
First Alert weather isn't just a forecast. It's your advantage. Get early warnings for severe storms.
With accurate forecast from a team that stays on air when the weather turns dangerous.
Warning sound effect all the way from
Plan your day with confidence and get the latest update straight to your device.
First to warn, first to track,
First to protect.
This is News 1226 First Alert Weather. Always ready, always streaming. Download our app or stream WRDW Plus for free on all your favorite platforms.
Keisha Lansbottom.
Lansbottom's out for herself.
I'm laughing because I've seen the 7-day.
It's bad.
That's brutal.
It is the hottest stretch of days we have seen so far this summer, so we're kind of saving the worst for last.
I remember when Emily, it was just like yesterday, she said, we're issuing a first alert because this is the first heat wave of the summer. Well, here we are, Emily. You're on vacation, and we are scorched.
The last time we had temperatures as hot as today was July 4th. That's the only day this year we've got up to 99 degrees outside of this afternoon. And this is just the start of it, folks. We got high temperatures near 99 degrees all the way through next Thursday. So this is going to be a heat wave that sticks around for a good while. Right now we have our first alert through tomorrow. I would imagine it just extends through the weekend. Not only for the threat of that dangerous heat, but also there could be some strong thunderstorms over the next couple of afternoons, very similar to what we saw today. So not everybody saw rain, and definitely not everybody saw some strong wind from these thunderstorms, but there were some areas that did, and I'm sure if you saw those today, you know what I'm talking about. We had many customers without power out there earlier this afternoon across places like Emmanuel County, Aiken County. Definitely likely had some microbursts with some of those storms this afternoon. Now here's what it feel like temps tomorrow. By around 11 a.m. it already feels like over 100 degrees. Later into the afternoon that heat index will peak close to 110, and we're just going to put that on repeat over the next several afternoons, so not much relief anytime soon. Weekend forecast, as far as actual temps go, we should be up close to 98 degrees Saturday, 98 degrees on Sunday again. Both of those afternoons will have the potential for some of those summer pop-up thunderstorms. And the thing is, with these summer pop-up storms, they can happen really quickly. They can grow very tall in a short amount of time and produce some significant weather that can be tough to warn for. So that's why we always say stay weather aware. Make sure you have that First Alert Weather app close by. Here's how those feel like temperatures just kind of trend over the next 5 days. They don't really do much. They're just going to stay close to 108 all the way into early next week. Even if we extended that past next Tuesday, it's going to show very similar conditions. But we are dry tonight. Going to hang on to dry weather as we head towards early tomorrow morning. By the afternoon, that's when we'll add that daytime heating. It will bubble up these thunderstorms anytime after around 1 p.m. And as these storms start to develop, they push out those outflow boundaries, which collide with one another, and they just keep the domino effect going of more storms just kind of growing across the region. So we'll see that song and dance at least through sunset heading into tomorrow. Saturday looks very similar, dry initially, but by the afternoon, storms start to develop, and there's even a low-end flash flood risk heading into our Saturday, as some of those storms could just be very slow moving and producing those rain rates likely over an inch per hour. Sunday, copy and paste. Generally dry early, but by the afternoon, a few pop-up storms will be happening across the region. Here's the unfortunate news. This is the 7-day outlook, just showing those temperatures well above average all the way through next Thursday. We potentially could hit 100 for the first time all year, heading into early next week on Monday, and still close to 100 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Whew, that's hot. All right, let's take a look at somewhere it's not so hot. That is St. Louis. The Cardinals still there, the stage there, getting ready for Guns N' Roses this Sunday. That should be a good show. Maybe it won't be as hot. And those are your winning lottery numbers. If you played and you won, you can go to St. Louis and you can see Guns N' Roses on Sunday. We'll be right back.
News 1226 this morning, weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Does your home have wall cracks?
All right, we made it to the part where we give you 5 stories that could change your everyday life. Tonight, we start with a secret to better snake bite treatment, and it may be hiding in rattlesnakes themselves. Lab tests found some western diamondback rattlesnake's blood can create a much stronger anti-venom than the one currently available. It works against venom from other vipers as well. The World Health Organization says snakes are a public health threat that kill more than 100,000 people every year. AI, if you didn't know, is changing the way Americans do their jobs. A new survey shows more than half of workers have used AI on the job, mostly to search for information and get technical help, along with writing communications like emails and generating ideas and summarizing information. I was going to say Gary, who's our operations manager. He uses it. Smartphones getting smarter, and one has a new robotic trick up its sleeve. Take a look at this.
How's my outfit?
This plain white t-shirt looks clean and casual, fits you perfectly, and gives off a relaxed and natural vibe.
Ignore the robotic camera. I need a phone just to give me compliments like that. The new robotic phone has an AI-powered camera. You see it pop up there on an arm, allowing it to interact with you and move around the room, keeping you in the frame for hands-free video calls.
So in this world of AI and agentic AI, when devices start understanding the world around us and the surroundings, imagine having a device longer term which can understand and contextualize what's in front of you.
Yes, that tie matches your shirt. Wow, that's a well-fitting suit. The robotic phone available in China. No word on when it will be available here in the U.S. The online dating platform Bumble is hoping a strategy change will improve its revenue. Bumble changing the way it requires women to message men first. The company noted that a survey of women said that 66% prefer that men make the first move. Listen up, and you message first. There's some dating advice here tonight in an emotional and expensive time this time of the year for parents as college students move into their dorms. But it is estimated that families will spend more than $1,400 on dorm room needs this year. Here's some advice to cut costs. They include finding what can be reused at home and creating a budget and sticking to it.
Earlier, a dorm room comes with a lot of things already. You get a wardrobe or a closet, you get a desk, you get a bed. So what are the things that you really need? I think it's some items to make it feel really personal and homey, but that's really all you need.
It's recommended you use things like cashback rewards cards and search for coupons on sites and find stores that price match. All right. Well, there's the 5 things tonight. Next is sports. It's the Fighting Irish over at Aquinas. They are looking to continue the wave of success on the gridiron. Hayden is here talking with the head coach about what's coming up this season when we come back.
The River Dogs. Well, it's been a string of winning seasons over at Aquinas. Entering year 14 under head coach James Leonard, the Fighting Irish are looking to make it 5 winning seasons in a row. The team with some returning pieces from last year's 7-5 squad, that including quarterback Turner Stevenson, who was actually injured last year, but Coach Leonard expecting a big year from the junior. Also, a large contingent of seniors this season, which is a big help for any head coach. Heading into the new year, like many in the state, the Irish dealing with a new look region. But Coach Leonard says it's more exciting than anything.
Some familiar opponents from years past in the non-region from our old region, like Washington Wilkes and Lincoln, and Glasscock's been a good friend to us for years, so opening up with them. And then in the region, you got some local teams which we've played before in the past, and then you've got some teams we've never played. So it's one of the more interesting schedules we've had in a long time.
And also, like everyone across the CSRA and much of the Deep South, extreme heat is plaguing these football practices. But Coach Leonard and the rest of the teams have solutions to dealing with these conditions.
You know, heat-wise, we've been good, taking the extra breaks, ice towels, all that good stuff. We've got a really good trainer here. So we haven't really had too many issues with the heat. You got to follow the wet ball rules. We've had some days definitely where you've had to take extended breaks and all that. So.
Yeah, and Aquinas with a preseason scrimmage tomorrow at Hephzibah, and they'll kick off the season at Glasscock County next week. And like we just mentioned, many Georgia and South Carolina teams still with a week to go before week 1 of Friday Night Football, but tomorrow kicks off week 1 of the GIAA season. So let's take a look at what that week is going to look like. First up, we'll be there. Westminster hosting Thomas Jefferson at 7:30. The Wildcats coming off a stellar 10-2 season last year and looking to get this season started off with a victory. Thomas Jefferson looking to play spoiler. Augusta Prep heads east to take on Athens Christian. Briarwood Academy hits the road to face Trinity Christian, and also Edmund Burke Academy on the road at Piedmont Academy. Plenty of scrimmages tomorrow as well, like Harlem at Westside, Aquinas at Hephzibah, Evans at Grovetown, Thomas Thompson, at Greenbrier, and so much more.
Looking forward to those scrimmages tomorrow, and hopefully we get some relief from the heat by the time we start week 1 next week. Thanks for that, Hayden. All right, heading out the door early tomorrow morning. You'll need the shades early. Definitely wear some lightweight, light-colored clothing. It is going to be a very hot day, and hey, grab the umbrella. We're keeping that chance for a few hit-or-miss afternoon storms. Now look at that forecast up next.
Time and temp, sponsored by Riverside Heating and Air.
Riverside Heating and Air Conditioning is the CSRA's expert heating and cooling company. Join the Riverside Comfort Club with regular HVAC maintenance starting as low as $15 per month.
A drunk driver come.
If you didn't see it in your highlights, it's hot outside.
It's very hot outside. I hope we can get a little bit of a breather from this heat tomorrow.
Get double confirmation right now.
Not for the next 7 days. No relief in our 7-day outlook.
I'll bring a fan tomorrow.
Need the fan, the ice towels like Coach was talking about. I'm sure we may have to delay maybe 1 or 2 games out there tomorrow, but we officially got to 99 degrees this afternoon, so that ties the hottest high so far this year in Augusta, and I think we got a good chance of getting up to 99 over the next couple of days. 98 is what we're going with for our 3-degree guarantee, so we're hedging a little bit in case those storms start a little bit early, maybe keep us just a degree cooler. But Monday, Tuesday, 99, 100, so yeah, not much relief.
Riley's autographing passes to skip football practice on Monday, boys. You just come here and get them. That's it for us. We'll see you at 4:30 in the morning for the morning show. The news is always on WRDW.com. Good night, everybody.
When you come to the Hawk Bar,